And welcome back. So I'm really excited for today's video. I know I say that about every video, but I'm usually pretty excited. But really, this is a collab video. I love filming collab videos. They're one of my favorite types of videos to film. This is a collab video with the beautiful Miss Nikki. I will put her name somewhere down here on the screen. I'll also link her channel down below. She does beauty videos. She's awesome. She's beautiful. So make sure to check out her video. And what we did is we did a collab on Drugstore fall makeup. So everything I used on my face is affordable. I even tried to stick with affordable makeup brushes and makeup tools. I'll link everything down below. I have to say that probably my favorite part of the look is the lip. I love deep colored lips. Now, I wear these year round, but I know it's like more typical to wear them in the fall, but I wear them year round. I don't care. I love black, purples, blues. I love it. So this is my favorite part. This is actually LA Girl Flat Finish Pigment Gloss, and this is in Black Currant. I love this. So everything is linked down below. Don't forget to check out Nikki's channel. I'll link that down below, and to check out her video, and I'll see you soon. Let's get started. Alright, so first I'm going to get started with the brows. I'm using the Pixi by Petra Brow Powder Palette. That's a tongue twister. I got it from Target. I think it's about $4 or $5, and it's just a shade of brow powders. I actually feature this in Drugstore brow products. I'll link that video down below. So I started with this, but my brows right now are just really unruly. They need to be threaded or waxed. So I moved on to the NYX Brow Pomade. I love this stuff when I want a little more, I would say, like stronger filled in brow when my brows are just not acting right. So what I do is I fill it in with the brow pomade, then I go with my brush, I brush it into the brow hairs, and then I highlight under the brow with the concealer. I really like to use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. That's what I'm using here, just because it's a liquidy consistency. It's easy to move around, and you can see I just smooth it on the under eye, well, the underbrow area with a finger. I don't even use a brush. It's just easier that way for me to kind of spread it out, and I feel like the warmth from my fingers really helps to apply it evenly. Now I wanted the eyeshadows to be really sharp and precise, so I'm using Scotch tape just to guide me as I apply the shadows. So that's what I'm doing here. I do that when I want a really sharp line. Moving on, I'm going to use this Jessie Girl eyeshadow primer. I've never used this before. I actually got this in my Ipsy subscription box. I'll link that video down below, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed. I like it. Moving on, I'm going to use the Morphe 35B palette. Now, Morphe, you cannot find that in the drugstore, but it is so affordable. I got that whole palette, which I think comes, I don't know, with like 15, 20 shades. I got it for $15 off of HauteLook.com. It's usually $19. I'll leave my link to HauteLook.com to join it down below. Super easy to sign up. It's free. They email you different daily deals. That's how I get a lot of my high-end makeup. But Morphe is normally very affordable. Check them out. I really love that brand. Moving on, I'm going to use my e.l.f. gel liner. What we're going to do is we're going to do a pretty dramatic wing. We're going to wing it out, but we're going to leave some space inside the wing to fill it in. Because what we're going to do is we're going to have an outer darker corner and then come in and have a gold shade on the lid. So that's what I'm doing here. I used the wing and I filled it in with black shadow. I'm using the LA Colors palette, which is featured in a haul that I filmed this same day. So keep a lookout. That'll be out soon. And I'm just using the black shadow to really fill in that wing where we left the space. So you draw the wing, then you fill it in with a black shadow, and this is just going to add a gradient effect. And I'm using a Sonia Kashuk brush. I don't know the number, but I will link it down below. I got it from Target, I believe, for $8. It is so awesome. It's so packed, dense, and so firm that it just really allows you to apply color in a really controlled way. Now I'm going back into that Morphe 35B palette. I'm taking the black shadow just because I felt like the LA Colors shadow wasn't dark enough. And I'm using that black shadow and I'm really bringing it into the lid, but not all the way. We're leaving the inner corner of the lid blank because that's where we're going to put the gold shade. So this is mostly on the outer half of the lid. Now I'm going into the Wet n Wild Vinyl Collection palette and I'm using the bright gold shade. And you can see I'm using the little brush applicator because I always feel bad. I never use them. I'm like, I should use it. So what I did was I wet the brush applicator with some setting spray. And I'm putting that gold shade all on the inner corner. So right now you can see a stark difference. There's like gold and black. You can see I'm really excited because I like how gold it is. Don't worry, we're going to blend them together so that they mesh well and it doesn't look so broken up. But you may want to make sure that you wet your brush or your brush applicator like I'm using to make sure that the gold is really shiny. I think it looks really perfect for fall. So now what I'm going here is I'm just taking a clean brush that I haven't used and I'm blending these two together but making sure not to overlap them too much. So you see how I'm working in the middle and just blending them. Take your time with that. That's really the key to making this look like a complete look and not making them look like you just have black on the outer corner and gold on the inner corner. So I go in a little in the black, I mix, then I go in a little gold in the middle. Now I'm going back into that same palette and I'm taking the shimmery pale pink. It's kind of like a pale pink color and I'm putting that on the inner corner of the eye just because I want the eyes to look wide and awake and bright. And you can see the difference. It just makes your eyes look bigger, more doll-like. I love using this. I'd say 99% of the time, I highlight the inner corner of the eye. Moving on, I'm going to line the eyes, and I'm still using that e.l.f. gel liner, and I'm using an e.l.f. pencil. Like I told you, I use that e.l.f. It's not a pencil, sorry, it's an eyeliner brush. Oh my god, I couldn't talk right there. I'm using the eyeliner brush to line the eyes, but I also use that occasionally to fill in the brows just because I love this brush. It was $3. I'll link it down below. If you guys do not have this brush, you need it in your life. I cannot talk. You need this brush. It's only $3. So I'm just lining the eyes. Now I'm going to remove the tape so that we can move on, and that's what I'm doing here. And I'm going to line the waterline. I'm using the Wet n Wild liner. I don't really like this liner. I prefer the NYX pencil liner, but this is what I had in front of me. I just feel like it makes my eyes water and it's very runny. Like if you just lightly touch your eyes, I feel like it smudges easily. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Supersized Mascara. I love this wand, especially for the lower bottom lashes. I just feel like it separates and elongates and it's awesome. So whenever I put on mascara, I have to get like really close to the mirror. It's so funny. So I'm just putting on mascara before I do my lashes. For lashes, I'm using the Ardell 107s. I've been using these forever. I never film myself putting lashes on just because I get so close to the mirror. It's embarrassing. So now I'm going to use my e.l.f. primer and I'm just going to put this all over the face. I actually did a full review on e.l.f. Cosmetics. I'll link that down below. I'm linking a lot of stuff down below. I'm going to go in with my favorite drugstore foundation. This is the Revlon Color Stay in Cappuccino for normal to oily skin. And I'm using my Sigma F80 brush. I don't remember how much I paid for this brush, but I believe it was like 15 bucks. And I've had it for a year, so I would say that's definitely affordable and it's definitely worth it. It's one of my ride or die brushes, that's for sure. So first I just buff it into the skin and pat it, and then I start to really smooth the foundation onto the skin. Foundation's one of my favorite parts of makeup. Now I'm going to go in with my LA Pro Grow Concealer, and I'm going to use my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I really like this sponge. I don't like it as much as the Beauty Blender, but it's like totally different from the Beauty Blender. It's way more dense, and I feel like it does the same job, but it's just more dense. That's what I noticed the most about it. The Beauty Blender is a lot lighter than the Real Techniques brush, but I love them both. So now I'm just using that concealer, and you want to make sure that you mix this concealer like on your hand or something before you apply it, just because it's really thick and it can come out a little clumpy. So I put it down the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, and I'm going to use that Real Techniques Beauty Sponge to blend those out. And it just really allows for like seamless blending. It's great. I love both of them. So now I'm going to go in with my Black Opal foundation stick. This is also an e.l.f. brush I'm using. I think this brush was also $3. I've been using it for months. I'm not lying, like literally months, just to contour my nose. It's perfect. Gives me the perfect contour. So I use that brush. I put the contour all down my nose, and then I just use the warmth from my fingers to blend it out. I feel like there's nothing like using your fingers to blend out your nose contour. I love it. Just makes it look so natural. I'm going to go in with this Milani blush, and it just gives me a nice flushed look, and I put that all over the cheeks. I can't remember the name of it, but I will link it down below. It's one of my favorite blushes. I wore it all summer, and I really like it for fall too. So I'm just putting that all over the cheeks. I'm using a MAC blush brush. I think that's the only non-affordable brush I used. Now I'm going in with my Milani Tantastic. I did a full review on this stuff. This is one of my favorite drugstore highlighters. If you do not have this, you definitely need to check it out. I'll link it down below. I'm not going to go on and on about it. I have a full video devoted to it. I'll link it down below. So I'm putting it on the high points of my cheek, on the bridge of my nose, just to give me a nice highlight. Now I'm going to go in, my favorite part of this look is the lips. I'm using the LA Girl. This is one of their lip liners. I think this is in deep purple. I'll link it down below. Whenever you do a specifically like dark lip or a lip color that's really bright or dark, you want to line your lips because if it runs, it's going to look bad and you want it to be controlled on the lips. So I am overlining my lips just because I do not have Kylie Jenner lips. My lips are really small and I like them to look a little bit more full. So overlining the lips, and I'm using LA Girl's Black Currant Flat Matte Finish Lip Gloss, another tongue twister. And I'm just filling in the lips, and I feel like this is the perfect color for fall. This is long wearing. I do have to warn you, it does make your lips a little sticky, but I think if you just moisturize your lips before you put it on, you'll be fine. I just love the color. It stays put. It's just perfect for fall. Like I said in the intro, I'd wear this year round, and it was only $4, guys. $4. Love it. So that is it. You can see how excited I am. This is the finished look. Don't forget to check out Miss Nikki's video. It is linked down below, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.